Well, hey everybody. So good to see you. I have missed you all so much. I usually do a video, as you know, usually twice a week. I put one out on Tuesdays and Fridays. But I did not do a video this week on Tuesday. In sight of everything that was going on, Paul and I discussed it, and it just did not feel right to put a video out this past week. We instead spent the time in prayer and contemplation of all the sad, tragic events that have occurred this past week. And so we're hoping now the country will be moving on in a positive way, and that the changes that need to be made will be forthcoming. So with that, I'm just so happy to be back with you all. My name is Emmy, and my husband and I run this channel. It is called the Frugal Money Saver, and if you are a first timer here, welcome. We'd love you to hit that little subscribe button and become part of our frugal family. We are an early retirement couple, and we teach you how to basically live with less money but more abundantly. And we would love to have you join us. So with that, let's talk about what's going on in this video. So much fun stuff. Okay, first thing I want to do is go over my May budget with you, because we did come out $416.76 below budget. I am thrilled. I can't even tell you, but I will tell you how we did it, and show you how you can do it too. And then I am going to show you how to make the most amazing dessert nachos with cinnamon, tortilla chips, fruit, and a homemade chocolate sauce. Frugal and totally worthy of company. So if this sounds interesting, stick around. Okay, first thing I need a sip. Oh, gotta show you. Here we go. We're sporting my nod to Disney. Pinocchio. Isn't this a beauty? Love these cups. Can't even tell you. I know, it's me. So how did we do on our budget? Okay, first thing we're down on is gasoline. We are down $109.46 from last May. So what I do is I take year by year. So I take May of last year and May of this year, and I compare, because prices fluctuate. We get rid of things, different kinds of bills, and we add different kinds of bills. So this works out best for us. So from last May to this May, $109.46. Well, of course, you're going to credit that to being sheltered in place for a lot of the month of May. But we are going to try to implement this and stick with it on an ongoing basis. This hopping in the car to run gas for no apparent reason, but maybe boredom, or I'm just going to go out because, well, there's nothing to do. That's got to stop with us. And what is so neat is that we've done it now for several months, and you know what? We're having fun home. We're finding stuff to do. We're getting projects done, and it's wonderful. And $109.46 in savings in gasoline. Okay, another one is our dining out. Last May, we spent $95 on eating out. This May, $0. We have not done takeout or eaten out once in the entire month of May. Now, we really couldn't eat out. I don't mean it like sit down in a restaurant, because of course we couldn't have done that. But I mean, we haven't even done takeout for the entire month of May. So we saved $95 compared to last May. Another thing that is different between last May and this May is our cable and internet has dropped $69. So we were $69 below on that because we cut cable, and we just have internet now, and we pay like $50 a month for that. So once we cut cable, dropped $69 a month, which is wonderful. Our electric is down $6. I wish it had been more, but we don't use a lot of electricity in the summertime. So we saved $6 between last May and this May on electric. Still down 6 though, so I'll take it. Okay, another one. I am down $42.40 on thrifting. Now, again, it is because of sheltering in place, but this has been such an eye-opener for me. What did I spend the $42.40 on? I can't even tell you, because what I would do was write like Goodwill, $12, thrift store, $5. So obviously these were not items I needed, because I haven't been to a thrift store in 3 months and we've survived. So I really need to relook at where that money can be better used, honestly, because $42.40, and I can't even tell you what I bought with it. So we are down. Last May, we did buy $50.95 worth of clothing from Kohl's, because though we do buy most of our clothing thrift or super sale, there are certain delicate items that we do not buy from a used store. So those delicate items were purchased last year from Kohl's for Paul and I, and we buy good quality, so they're still fine. We don't even need to do that again this year. So that worked out wonderfully. Entertainment, last May, $75 was concert tickets and probably the movies. This month, because again, we are sheltered in place, we don't have that expense, and it is the way we need to continue. This is what I'm trying to figure out. Because we have been sheltered in place, these extra frivolous activities have not occurred, so of course we're going to save money on that. The question is, we need to maintain it on that track. Now, not that any of these things are bad in and among themselves. There's a time and place for everything. But sometimes, entertainment, $75, I'm not feeling that right now. So I'm glad we're down that this month. We did over budget. We did come over budget on one item, and I'm sure you know what that is, and that's food. We are $31.05 over from last May. And I am going to have to rethink, and I said this in my last video, how to food shop differently, because as prices continue to climb, I am going to have to integrate other aspects of money-saving techniques. So I can't only rely on sales and coupons and digital coupons. And I think there's going to be a lot less meat eating. I think there is going to be more visiting of the clearance racks, the markdown racks. We have a Stop and Shop down the road from us that has wonderful clearance on breads, fruits, and vegetables. So I think we're going to really start checking that out a lot more. So I just have to rethink it, and I'm going to keep going. Using up what we have, eating from the pantry and fridge and freezer. Meal planning is the biggest, because using up what you have before it spoils, well, I'm always telling you that. So in total, $416.76 below budget this month. Now that money we put away, we can use it for something else, whatever that may be, whatever we choose to spend it on, but that's a nice little chunk of change. And where did that money come from? A lot of it was frivolous spending last May. So if anything, this one thing that this sheltering in place has taught us is how much money was spent needlessly, and how that can be channeled to better use. Honestly, that's what it comes down to. So I hope you got something out of that. How are you all doing on your budget? Remember, track your spending. I will link down below the link. I will link the link to our expense tracker, so you can print that off and keep track of every penny you spend. I know it seems like a little work, but in the long run, wow, it is so eye-opening when you see where your money has gone. So just a tip, it helps us immensely. Now what I want to share with you is this. It is, come on, it is super yummy, but it is frugal and you could serve this proudly to company. It is a homemade nachos, cinnamon brown sugar nachos with berries on top, and then a homemade chocolate sauce, and just take a seat and watch. Okay, I hope you enjoy this. Here we go. We're going to start here. I've preheated my oven to 350 degrees. Now this is about a 1/4 cup of butter, and to that I am going to add a 1/4 cup of brown sugar and about a 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon. And we are going to melt this down together. And then what this becomes is the topping for our flour tortillas. When I tell you this is such a super delicious, easy summer dessert for your family, it's company worthy for sure. And you want to keep scraping the bottom. You see how I'm pulling it? And be careful, this is super hot. So I am just going to cook this down till it boils, and then I'm going to let it boil for maybe 1 minute, and then we're going to brush it on our flour tortillas. Little bubbles are forming, so now I'm going to put the timer on for 1 minute and just let it sit. So this boiled for 1 minute. I did not stir it while it was boiling. Now what I'm going to do is take my pastry brush and I am going to wipe my flour tortillas. So I'm going to do it like this. And then we're just going to brush it all over. Wait till you taste this. It comes out crispy like a tortilla chip, but it's got that brown sugar, cinnamon, deliciousness all over it. Okay, we're just going to spread it on this one. I'm only using 2 tortillas because I'm not going to make a giant batch, but you can basically make as much as you want. I brushed the entire tortilla, and now I'm going to cut it into 8 pieces. And again, when you're putting this on the syrup, which is the brown sugar and the butter, it is extremely hot. Do not splash it on yourself. Honestly, use caution and don't let the kids do this. So here we go. Now we're going to put these. You can see I already have one on here. And I'm just going to put these on. And then we're going to bake them. So now while our tortillas are cooking, I'm going to take this over the top by making our homemade, it's like a chocolate fudge sauce. So that goes over the fruit on top of the tortillas. I'm telling you, this is so delicious. So unsweetened cocoa, I am going to use 1/3 cup. Now I am going to put it in a sifter. The heat is not on. So what you want to do is sift this with the sugar. See all those little lumps? We don't want that because that will make our chocolate sauce lumpy and grainy. So in there we have 1/3 cup of cocoa, and then we're going to put in 1, 2, 3 1/4 cup of regular white sugar. Now what I'm going to do is just sift this over the pot. Now you can see those little lumps. Let me do it this way so you can get a good eye. There you go. And what you're going to do is just take your hands and just gently Get those all out of there. We don't want those in there. It's amazing, if you don't do this, you don't realize it, but then everything turns out kind of grainy. So there we go. Now, not all the sugar is going to go through, but my main purpose to do this was for the cocoa. Beautiful, right? Now I am going to add to that, I am going to add a half a cup of milk. And we are going to stand here over medium heat, and we are going to stir this. So this came to a boil with me stirring it, and it's going to take a little while, but just take your time, go slow, and keep stirring it. And once it hits that boil, let it boil for 1 minute. Use your timer, let it boil for 1 minute. It boiled for 1 minute. Now I'm taking a half a tablespoon of butter, and I'm going to put that in there, and that's going to melt. We're removing it from the heat. And now there it is, the 1 minute mark. Boop. And we're just going to let this cool. And as it cools, it will thicken. Here are our tortillas. They cooked for 10 minutes. I checked them at 8, but then I put them in for another 2 minutes, and they came out perfectly. So this is going to be the base of our dessert nachos. So you're going to let them cool, and then I'll plate them. So I started with strawberries, and I layered some strawberries. Now I just put some blueberries on. You can use whatever fruit you'd like. I'm not sure, like citrusy fruit would work, but like you could even do some raspberries or blackberries. And now I'm even going to put some banana on. Now, if you use banana and you're not going to serve it right away, make sure you put a little lemon juice on the bananas so that they don't turn brown. Okay, so how is that looking? Look at this chocolate sauce. Look at how silky. Oh my goodness. So now what we do is this. Just a little bit, and the rest you can keep. Use for ice cream, or what you can even do is allow people, if they want to, you can give them a little bit of the sauce if they want to dip a little bit more. And then, because I'm Emmy and you know I love you, right in the middle, there you go. Does this look amazing? It is so good. So bon appetit. It's super easy. It's in season, the fruits. Tortillas are fairly inexpensive. So this is actually an elegant, frugal dessert, perfect for company. Are you hungry now for some dessert nachos? They were so good. Now I know there's a lot of different recipes on the internet for dessert nachos, and I kind of just took little pieces from here and there through the years, and this is the recipe we came up with. It is totally customizable though, whichever way you think you would enjoy it, but they are so good. There's something that is unique. Not a lot of people will present them, I don't think, anyway. I've never been to an outing where somebody would bring something like that, and they come out so good. The only tip I forgot to add, and I will link the recipe below for the chocolate sauce and the tortillas, is when you cook your tortillas, make sure you either do it on parchment, not wax, parchment paper or a slip mat, so that they don't stick, because they are sticky when they come out. So thank you so much again for being here. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. You know we love you. You know we wish you blessings. Stay well, stay safe. Until my next video, you know we love you.